The world is changing. Jobs that existed 10 years ago are disappearing. New careers are being created every year. Technology is advancing at an incredible pace, and some people are wondering what industries will thrive in the future. If you're thinking about starting a business, changing careers, creating additional income streams, or simply preparing for what's ahead, this video is for you. Today, I'm sharing some of the industries that are expected to become increasingly important in the coming years and how you can position yourself to benefit from these changes. Let's dive in. But first, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to Ignite My Life podcast. My name is Martha, and on this channel, we talk about faith and finances, building wealth God's way, creating a life of freedom and fulfillment. My goal is to help you stay informed and empowered. Now, let's look at some of the industries that are likely to shape the next decade. The first industry is artificial intelligence, commonly known as AI. AI is already transforming how businesses operate, from customer service chatbots to content creation, healthcare diagnostics, data analysis, and automation tools. AI is becoming integrated into nearly every sector. This doesn't necessarily mean humans will be replaced. What it does mean is that people who understand how to work alongside AI will have a significant advantage. Skills like AI implementation, prompt engineering, AI consulting, automation design, and AI assisted content creation are becoming highly valuable. AI is no longer coming, it's here. And the question is whether you will learn how to use it effectively. Artificial intelligence is the biggest technological revolution of our lifetime. If there's one industry that has the potential to impact almost every aspect of society in the coming years, it is artificial intelligence. In fact, many experts believe we are witnessing the early stages of a technological revolution that could rival or even surpass the impact of the internet itself. The internet transformed the way we communicate, shop, learn, work, bank, entertain ourselves, and run businesses. Entire industries were created because of the internet. Companies like Google, Amazon, Facebook, Netflix, and Uber either would not exist or would look completely different without the internet revolution. But AI may go even further. The internet gave us access to information. AI helps us understand, process, and act on that information. That's a massive difference. Throughout history, there have been several major technological revolutions that changed civilization. Thousands of years ago, agriculture allowed humans to settle in one place instead of constantly moving in search of food. This led to the development of cities, governments, trade, and civilization itself. Machines began replacing much of the manual labor that humans previously performed. Factories transformed manufacturing. Transportation improved dramatically. Productivity exploded. The world changed forever. Electricity powered homes, businesses, factories, and entire cities. It became so essential that modern society cannot function without it. The internet connected billions of people across the globe. Information could travel instantly. Businesses could operate online. People could work remotely. Knowledge became accessible to almost everyone. Many of the world's largest companies emerged during this era. Now we're entering a new era. Instead of simply connecting people to information, AI is beginning to perform tasks that previously required human intelligence. That is why I believe AI could become as transformative as electricity and the internet combined. Every precious revolution amplified human physical capabilities. The Industrial Revolution amplified muscle. The Automobile Revolution amplified mobility. The Internet Revolution amplified communication. Artificial intelligence amplifies intelligence itself. For the first time in history, machines are capable of writing, reading, analyzing data, creating images, creating videos, translating languages, coding software, researching information, making recommendations, and solving complex problems. Tasks that once took hours can now take minutes. Tasks that once required entire teams can now be performed by one person using AI tools. This is why AI is advancing so rapidly. AI is already everywhere. Every day, people interact with AI when they use search engines, watch recommendations on streaming platforms, shop online, use navigation apps, interact with customer support chatbots, use voice assistants, receive fraud alerts from banks, use social media feeds. Most people are already using AI, whether they realize it or not. The next phase is when AI becomes deeply integrated into nearly every profession. AI is changing businesses. Businesses are adopting it because it helps them reduce costs, improve efficiency, increase productivity, analyze large amounts of data, improve customer service, automate repetitive tasks. Imagine a small business owner who previously needed a graphic designer, a copywriter, a video editor, a researcher, a customer support assistant. Today, AI can assist with portions of all of those tasks. This doesn't necessarily eliminate jobs overnight, but it changes how work is performed. The people who learn to use AI effectively will outperform those who refuse to adapt. AI is impacting healthcare. It is helping doctors diagnose diseases earlier. It can analyze medical scans. It can assist with drug discovery. It can help identify patterns in patient data. Researchers believe AI could significantly accelerate medical breakthroughs over the coming decade. This could lead to faster treatments, improved diagnosis, and potentially longer, healthier lives. Education is also being transformed. Students now have access to personalized tutoring systems. Learning can be tailored to individual strengths and weaknesses. Knowledge that once required expensive courses is becoming more accessible. People can learn skills faster than ever before. This could dramatically change how future generations are educated. For content creators, AI is a game changer. A single creator can now write scripts faster, generate images, create graphics, edit videos, generate voiceovers, conduct research. This increases productivity tremendously. People who embrace these tools may be able to accomplish what previously required an entire production team. Many economists believe AI could add trillions of dollars to the global economy. Just as the internet created entirely new industries, AI is likely to create industries that don't even exist yet. New careers are already emerging, including AI consultants, AI trainers, AI automation specialists, prompt engineers, AI content strategists, AI integration experts. The biggest opportunities often arise during periods of major technological change. Those who learn early often benefit the most. AI is growing quickly. Every major technology follows a similar pattern. At first, people dismiss it, then they underestimate it, then suddenly it becomes unavoidable. Many people laughed at the internet in the 90s. Many businesses ignored e commerce. Many thought social media was a fad. Today, those technologies are woven into everyday life. AI appears to be following a similar path, but potentially at an even faster pace. It is rapidly becoming foundational infrastructure for the modern economy. Just as businesses today need electricity and internet access, there will come a time when businesses cannot effectively compete without AI. Whether you're an entrepreneur, an employee, an investor, content creator, student, or business owner, understanding AI may become one of the most valuable skills you can develop over the next decade. The AI revolution is happening right now, and we're only seeing the beginning. Every major technological revolution creates two groups of people. The first group embraces change, learns new skills, and positions themselves for the opportunities that emerge. The second group ignores the change, resists it, and eventually finds themselves struggling to catch up. We saw this during the internet revolution. Some people dismissed the internet as a passing trend. They couldn't imagine shopping online, working remotely, building businesses on social media, or creating content for millions of people around the world. But those who paid attention early built companies, careers, and wealth that changed their lives. Today, we stand at a similar crossroads with artificial intelligence. You do not need to become a software engineer. You do not need a computer science degree. You do not need to build the next AI company. but you do need to understand it. You do need to learn how it works. You need to learn how it can make you more productive, more efficient, and more valuable in the marketplace. Because whether you're an entrepreneur, a business owner, a content creator, a student, or simply someone trying to secure your future, AI is likely going to impact your industry in one way or another. The worst thing you can do is ignore it. Don't be the person who looks back 10 years from now and says, I wish I'd paid attention when AI was still in its early stages. Be curious, be adaptable, be willing to learn. The people who thrive in the future won't necessarily be the smartest people. They will be the people who are willing to adapt the fastest. This AI revolution is creating opportunities that have never existed before. My question to you is whether you will participate in that change or watch it happen from the sidelines. My encouragement to you is simple: get involved, learn the tools, experiment with them, stay informed, and position yourself to benefit from one of the most significant technological shifts in human history. The future is being built right now. Don't get left behind. The second industry that will become increasingly important in the coming years is healthcare and wellness. It's one of the fastest growing industries in the world. One thing about this industry is that it remains constant. People will always care about their health. In fact, as populations age, lifestyles become more stressful, and chronic illnesses continue to rise. The demand for healthcare and wellness services is expected to grow dramatically. This isn't just about hospitals and doctors. The healthcare and wellness industry is much bigger than most people realize. It includes hospitals and clinics, home healthcare services, elderly care, nutrition and diet coaching, fitness and personal training, preventative healthcare, alternative and holistic wellness, health technology, medical devices, telemedicine, and rehabilitation services. Virtually every area of healthcare is experiencing growth, and there are several reasons why. One of the biggest drivers of this industry's growth is the aging population. Around the world, people are living longer. Advancements in medicine, healthcare, and technology have increased life expectancy significantly compared to previous generations. While this is wonderful news, it also creates new challenges. As people age, they often require more medical care, more support services, more medications, more rehabilitation, more assisted living solutions, and more home care services. This means healthcare systems will require more workers, more innovation, and more businesses that can support the growing needs of older populations. In simple terms, more elderly people means greater demand for healthcare services, and that trend is expected to continue for decades. Another major reason this industry is growing is the increasing focus on mental and emotional health. For many years, people primarily focused on physical health. Today, people are beginning to understand that mental health is equally important. Anxiety, depression, burnout, loneliness, stress, and emotional trauma have become major issues affecting millions of people worldwide. Modern life is faster than ever. People are overwhelmed by information. Many are struggling financially. Others are dealing with relationship challenges, work pressures, family difficulties, and uncertainty about the future. As a result, demand is increasing for therapists, counselors, coaches, support groups, wellness programs, and stress management services. People are no longer just looking to survive. They want to thrive emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. The third reason why every area of healthcare is experiencing growth is that prevention is becoming more important than treatment. Historically, healthcare has focused on treating illness after people become sick, but the future is shifting toward prevention. People are becoming more proactive about their health. They're asking questions like, how can I stay healthy? How can I improve my quality of life? How can I increase my energy levels? How can I live longer? This is creating huge growth in industries related to nutrition, fitness, supplements, health monitoring, lifestyle coaching, and preventative medicine. People increasingly understand that investing in their health today may help them avoid bigger problems tomorrow. The fourth reason is technology is revolutionizing or transforming healthcare. Today, we are seeing remote doctor consultations, wearable health devices, health tracking apps, AI assisted diagnosis, digital medical records, and remote patient monitoring. Patients can now access healthcare in ways that were impossible just a few years ago. Technology is helping doctors make faster decisions. It is helping patients manage their health more effectively. And it is creating entirely new business opportunities for entrepreneurs and innovators. Health is becoming a global priority. And one thing global events taught us is how important health truly is. People often spend years pursuing money, careers, and success, but when health is lost, everything suddenly becomes less important. Many people have realized that health is not an excuse, it's an investment. Without health, it becomes difficult to enjoy wealth, relationships, opportunities, and life itself. This shift in mindset is fueling demand across the entire healthcare and wellness sector. Now, I want to talk about opportunities for entrepreneurs. You don't necessarily have to be a doctor or a nurse to benefit from this industry's growth. There are many opportunities for entrepreneurs, content creators, consultants, educators, and service providers. For example, health coaching, wellness coaching, fitness businesses, medical staffing, healthcare recruitment, healthcare technologies, healthcare marketing, healthcare agencies, educational content, and wellness products. Whenever an industry grows, opportunities emerge around it. And healthcare, being one of the largest and most essential industries in the world, is not going away. Some industries rise and fall, some trends come and go, but healthcare and wellness are different. People will always need healthcare. People will always want to feel better. People will always seek solutions to physical, emotional, and mental challenges. No matter how advanced technology becomes, human beings still need care, healing, support, and guidance. That's why I believe healthcare and wellness will remain one of the most important and resilient industries of the future. The opportunities are enormous, the demand is growing, and unlike many trends that come and go, healthcare and wellness address something that every human being values, their health. Because at the end of the day, your greatest wealth is not your money, it's your health. The third industry that I believe will become increasingly important in the coming years is renewable energy. Whether you believe climate change is the primary driver or simply recognize the growing global demand for energy, one thing is clear: the world needs more power, more electricity, more energy infrastructure, and more efficient ways to generate and distribute that energy. Every year, the global population grows. More people means more homes, more businesses, more factories, more vehicles, more data centers, and more technology, all requiring energy. Now, add artificial intelligence into the equation. AI systems require enormous amounts of computing power. Those massive data centers running AI models consume vast amounts of electricity. As AI adoption accelerates, energy demand is expected to increase significantly. This is one reason why many governments, corporations, and investors are paying close attention to renewable energy because the future economy will need energy on a scale we have never seen before. Every major civilization has been built on energy. If you look throughout history, economic growth and energy consumption have always gone hand in hand. The Industrial Revolution was powered by coal. The automobile era was powered by oil. The modern economy has been powered by a combination of oil, gas, nuclear energy, and electricity. Every major leap forward in human civilization has required more energy, not less. In many ways, energy is the foundation upon which modern society is built. Without it, factories stop operating, transportation slows down, hospitals struggle to function, businesses shut down, communication systems fail, data centers go offline. Energy is not a luxury, it's a necessity. And because the world's demand for energy continues to rise, companies involved in producing, storing, and distributing energy are likely to remain extremely important. Many countries are now investing heavily in renewable energy sources such as solar power, wind power, hydroelectric power, geothermal energy, and battery storage technology. Governments are setting long term energy goals. Corporations are making commitments to reduce dependence on traditional energy sources, and investors are pouring billions into renewable energies projects. This transition won't happen overnight. The world still relies heavily on oil, natural gas, and other traditional energy sources, but the direction of travel is becoming increasingly clear. Renewable energy is growing rapidly and becoming a larger part of the global energy mix. Solar energy is booming. One of the fastest growing areas within renewable energy is solar power. Solar panels have become more efficient and more affordable than they were a decade ago. Today, homeowners, businesses, farms, and governments are installing solar systems at record levels. What makes solar attractive is its scalability. A homeowner can place solar panels on a roof, a company can install them on a warehouse, a government can build massive solar farms capable of powering entire communities. As technology improves and costs continue to decline, solar energy could become even more widespread. Wind power is another major growth area. Wind energy is expanding. Many countries are investing heavily in both onshore and offshore wind farms. These projects can generate large amounts of electricity without relying on fossil fuels. Offshore wind farms, in particular, have become increasingly important because stronger and more resistant winds can generate greater energy output. Entire coastlines around the world are being developed to harness this resource. One challenge with renewable energy is that the sun doesn't always shine and the wind doesn't always blow. That's where battery technology comes in. Energy storage solutions allow excess electricity to be stored and used later when demand increases. Many experts believe battery technology could become one of the most important industries within the renewable energy sector. Without effective storage solutions, scaling renewable energy becomes more difficult. Without advanced battery systems, renewable energy becomes significantly more practical and reliable. This is why many companies are investing billions into battery innovation. Electric vehicles are driving demand. Another major trend supporting renewable energy is the rise of electric vehicles. As more consumers switch from traditional petrol and diesel vehicles to electric vehicles, demand for electricity and charging infrastructure continues to increase. This creates opportunities in charging networks, energy infrastructure, battery production, grid modernization, and renewable energy generation. The transportation sector is one of the largest consumers of energy globally. Any major transformation within transportation has enormous implications for energy markets. The opportunity goes beyond solar panels. When people hear renewable energy, they often think only about solar panels or wind turbines, but the industry is much bigger than that. Opportunities exist in engineering, construction, project management, manufacturing, energy storage, mining of critical minerals, infrastructure development, energy consulting, and maintenance services. In many ways, renewable energy is creating an entire ecosystem of supporting industries. Just as the internet created opportunities far beyond websites, renewable energy is creating opportunities far beyond power generation. Another reason this industry is becoming increasingly important is energy independence. Many countries are seeking greater control over their energy supplies. Dependence on foreign energy supplies can create economic and geopolitical challenges. As a result, governments are investing heavily in domestic energy production and infrastructure. And energy security is becoming a strategic priority, and renewable energy is playing an increasingly important role in those plans. So, what does this mean for investors and entrepreneurs? Whenever a major global trend emerges, opportunities follow, and renewable energy is one of the largest investment themes of our time. Investors are looking at renewable energy companies, battery manufacturers, energy infrastructure firms, utility companies, and critical mineral producers. Entrepreneurs are building businesses that support this transition through installation services, consulting, maintenance, software, education, and innovation. The opportunities extend far beyond simply generating electricity. If artificial intelligence is helping power the future economy, renewable energy may literally provide the power that makes that future possible. The world's need for energy is growing, technology is advancing, governments are investing, businesses are adapting, and consumers are embracing new solutions. This isn't simply about environmental concerns, it's about meeting the energy demands of a rapidly changing world. Because no matter what innovations emerge in the future, whether it's AI, robotics, autonomous vehicles, or smart cities, they all have one thing in common. They need energy. And the companies, workers, and entrepreneurs helping provide that energy may find themselves at the center of one of the most important industries of the next several decades. The fourth industry that I believe will become absolutely critical in the years ahead is cybersecurity. In fact, if AI becomes the brain of the future economy and renewable energy becomes the power source that keeps it running, then cybersecurity will be the shield that protects it all. I would like to call it the digital bodyguard of the future because the more connected our world becomes, the more vulnerable it becomes. Every year, businesses, governments, banks, hospitals, schools, and individuals move more of their lives online. We bank online, shop online, work online, communicate online, and run businesses online. And increasingly, our most valuable information exists in digital form. The problem is this: wherever there's value, there will always be people trying to steal it. And that's why cybersecurity is becoming one of the most important industries of the future. We're living in a digital world. Think about how much of your life depends on technology. Imagine if tomorrow morning your bank account was inaccessible, your business website disappeared, your social media accounts were hacked, your personal information was stolen, your computer was locked by ransomware. For many people and businesses, these aren't hypothetical situations. They are happening every single day. Cyber criminals are becoming more sophisticated. Their tools are becoming more advanced, and the financial damage caused by cybercrime continues to grow year after year. As our dependence on technology increases, protecting digital assets becomes just as important as protecting physical assets. The bigger the digital money gets, the bigger the target. One of the reasons cybersecurity is growing so rapidly is because the digital economy is expanding. Every day, more businesses move online, more financial transactions happen digitally, more data is collected, more devices connect to the internet, and more cloud services are used. This creates incredible opportunities, but it also creates more opportunities for cyber attacks. The reality is that many organizations are not fully prepared. Some businesses spend millions building their operations but fail to adequately secure them. And it only takes one successful breach to cause enormous damage. Cybercrime is becoming a global industry. Many people don't realize how large cybercrime has become. Cybercriminal groups now operate like businesses. Some have teams, some have customer service departments, some sell hacking tools to other criminals. Others specialize in stealing data, financial fraud, ransomware attacks, or identity theft. What was once the work of isolated hackers has evolved into highly organized criminal networks. As these threats grow, the demand for cybersecurity professionals grows alongside them. This creates tremendous opportunities for people entering the industry. Artificial intelligence is changing the cybersecurity landscape. Earlier, we talked about artificial intelligence transforming the world. Well, AI is also transforming cybersecurity. The good news is that cybersecurity professionals can use AI to detect threats faster, identify suspicious activity, and respond to attacks more efficiently. The bad news is that cyber criminals can also use AI. AI can help attackers automate scams, create convincing phishing emails, identify vulnerabilities, and launch more sophisticated attacks. This creates an ongoing technological arms race. As AI becomes more powerful, cybersecurity becomes even more important because every technological advancement creates new opportunities, but also new risks. One of the reasons I believe cybersecurity has such a strong future is because it isn't limited to one sector. Every industry needs cybersecurity. Virtually every industry needs it. Healthcare needs cybersecurity, banks need cybersecurity, governments need cybersecurity, retail businesses, schools, energy companies, even small businesses need cybersecurity. As long as technology exists, there will be a need to protect it. This gives cybersecurity something many industries don't have: universal demand. The internet revolution created the need for cybersecurity. Think back to the early days of the internet. Businesses rushed online because they saw enormous opportunities. Websites exploded. E-commerce grew rapidly. Digital communication became the norm. But as more activity moved online, criminals followed. Now we're seeing a similar pattern with AI, cloud computing, smart devices, and digital infrastructure. Every new technological revolution expands the attack surface. Every new system creates new vulnerabilities, and every vulnerability creates demand for cybersecurity. In many ways, cybersecurity is not simply an industry, it's becoming a permanent requirement of the digital age. Another reason cybersecurity will become increasingly important is the growth of connected devices. Today, many people have smart TVs, smart speakers, smart doorbells, smart watches, connected vehicles, and smart home systems. Businesses have thousands of connected devices operating within their networks. Factories have connected machinery, hospitals have connected medical equipment, cities are implementing smart infrastructure. All of these devices create convenience, but they also create potential entry points for cyber attacks. As the number of connected devices grows into the billions, cybersecurity becomes even more essential. One of the biggest shifts happening right now is that cybersecurity is no longer just a business issue. It has become a national security issue. National security is now cybersecurity. Governments around the world are investing heavily in cyber defense capabilities. Why? Because modern countries depend on digital infrastructure. Imagine a nation's power grid was attacked, banking system was disrupted, transportation network was compromised, communication systems were disabled. The consequences could be enormous. This is why governments are treating cybersecurity as a strategic priority. Cybersecurity is no longer simply about protecting computers, it's about protecting economies, infrastructure, and national stability. Let's talk about opportunities for the next generation. The demand for cybersecurity professionals continues to exceed supply in many parts of the world. Organizations are actively searching for people with cybersecurity skills. Opportunities exist in security analysis, threat detection, incident response, network security, cloud security, ethical hacking, security consulting, compliance and risk management, and security software development. What's exciting is that many people enter the field through certifications, training programs, and practical experience rather than traditional routes alone. This creates opportunities for people willing to learn and adapt. What this means for entrepreneurs is you don't necessarily have to become a cybersecurity expert yourself. Entrepreneurs can build businesses around this growing demand. Examples include cybersecurity consulting, security awareness training, compliance services, managed security services, software solutions, risk assessment services as well. Whenever a major problem exists, opportunities emerge for those who can help solve it. And cybersecurity is solving one of the biggest problems of the digital age. The more connected the world becomes, the more valuable digital information becomes. The more data we create, the more important securing that data becomes. The more technology advances, the greater the need for people who can protect it. Cybersecurity is not a temporary trend, it is becoming a permanent pillar of the digital economy. And in a world where data is often called the new oil, cybersecurity may become one of the most valuable industries of all. Because in the future, protecting digital assets may be just as important as protecting physical assets. And those who can provide that protection will play a vital role in the world that is being built before our eyes. The fifth industry that I believe will become increasingly important in the coming years is online digital education. In many ways, we are witnessing one of the greatest shifts in human learning since the invention of the printing press. For centuries, knowledge was limited. If you wanted to learn a valuable skill, you had to attend a school, college, university, apprenticeship, or training program. Access to knowledge was controlled by institutions. Education was tied to physical locations. Learning came with significant cost, but the internet changed everything. And now AI is accelerating that transformation even further. Today, someone sitting in a small town can learn skills from some of the world's leading experts without ever stepping into a classroom. The person can learn marketing, coding, graphic design, investing, business, sales, languages, video editing, public speaking, or entrepreneurship from their laptop, tablet, or smartphone. Knowledge is becoming more accessible than at any point in human history. And that's why I believe online digital education is one of the most important industries of the future. Knowledge has become a global commodity. Think about how different things were just 20 or 30 years ago. If you wanted to learn a specialized skill, your options were limited. You had to travel, you had to attend classes at specific times, you had to follow a fixed curriculum, and in many cases, you had to spend a significant amount of money. Today, much of that has changed. People can learn on demand at their own pace from anywhere in the world at a fraction of the traditional cost. Knowledge is no longer confined to universities. It's available to anyone with an internet connection and a willingness to learn. That is a revolutionary change. One of the biggest reasons online education is growing is because the world is changing so quickly. The world is changing too fast for traditional education alone. New technologies emerge constantly, industries evolve, business models change, skills that are in demand today may look very different 10 years from now. The traditional education systems struggle to adapt at the same pace. By the time a curriculum is updated, the market may have already changed. Online education allows people to learn current practical skills much faster. Instead of waiting years to gain knowledge, people can begin learning immediately. This flexibility is becoming increasingly valuable in a rapidly changing world. In the past, many people viewed education as something that ended after school or university. But today, that mindset is changing. Successful people increasingly understand that learning is a lifelong process. The future belongs to people who are willing to continuously learn, adapt, improve, upskill, and reinvent themselves. The reality is that technology and globalization are changing the workplace. Many workers will need to learn new skills multiple times throughout their careers. This creates enormous demand for online education platforms, courses, coaching programs, and training resources. One of the most fascinating changes happening right now is that people are no longer learning exclusively from schools and universities. People are learning from creators, not just institutions. Millions of people are learning from YouTubers, coaches, industry experts, entrepreneurs, and content creators. If someone wants to learn how to start a business, how to invest, how to build a personal brand, how to edit videos, how to grow a YouTube channel, they often turn to creators before they turn to traditional educational institutions. This shift is creating opportunities for ordinary people to build education businesses around their knowledge and experiences. Earlier, we discussed how AI is changing nearly every industry. Education is no exception. AI is making learning more personalized than ever before. Students can now receive instant feedback, personalized tutoring, customized learning plans, and interactive learning experiences. Instead of a one size fits all approach, learning can increasingly adapt to the individual. This has the potential to make education more effective, more accessible, and more affordable. One of the most important trends emerging today is the shift from credential based hiring to skills based hiring. While degrees remain valuable in many professions, employers are increasingly interested in what people can actually do. Can you solve problems? Can you communicate effectively? Can you use modern tools? Can you adapt to change? Many employers care less about where you learn the skill and more about whether you possess it. This trend supports the growth of online education because it allows people to acquire practical, job ready skills quickly. This industry creates tremendous opportunities for entrepreneurs. People assume they need to be professors or experts with multiple degrees to teach, but many successful educators simply help others solve problems they've already overcome themselves. You might teach business skills, marketing, fitness, cooking, investing, technology. If you have knowledge that can help someone achieve a desired result, there may be an opportunity to educate others. As the saying goes, people don't pay for information, they pay for transformation. And transformation is exactly what education provides. This industry is so powerful because, unlike many industries, education has a ripple effect. When you educate one person, you don't just impact their life, you also impact their family, their career, their business, their community, and future generations. Education creates opportunities, it creates confidence, it creates economic mobility, it helps people solve problems and improve their lives. That's why education has always been one of society's most important institutions. Digital technology is simply making it more accessible and scalable than ever before. Don't just consume knowledge, apply it. Now, here's an important point. We live in an age where information is abundant. The challenge is no longer finding information, the challenge is applying it. Many people spend years consuming content without taking action, me included. We watch videos, we buy courses, we listen to podcasts, but we never implement what we learn. Knowledge only becomes valuable when it is applied. The people who thrive in the future will not necessarily be those who know the most. They will be those who take action on what they know. The more advanced technology becomes, the more valuable certain human qualities become. Technology can provide information, AI can answer questions, software can automate tasks, but technology cannot fully replace wisdom. It cannot replace empathy. It cannot replace human interaction or connection. It cannot replace lived experience. That is why personal development and coaching continue to grow worldwide. We live in a world overflowing with information, but people are looking for more than information. There are millions of books, millions of videos, millions of articles, millions of podcasts. Yet, despite having access to more information than any generation in history, many people still feel stuck, confused, overwhelmed, unfulfilled, lost, and discouraged. Why? Because information alone rarely creates transformation. Most people don't need more information, they need guidance, clarity, accountability, and encouragement. They need someone who can help them bridge the gap between where they are and where they want to be. That is where coaches, mentors, consultants, and personal development educators come in. The future isn't just about technical skills. When people talk about preparing for the future, they often focus entirely on technical skills, and those things are important. But many of the most valuable future skills are deeply human skills. Skills such as communication, leadership, emotional intelligence, resilience, self awareness, confidence, critical thinking, adaptability, and problem solving. These skills become even more important as technology advances because while AI may automate many tasks, human beings will still need to lead teams, build relationships, inspire others, navigate challenges, manage emotions, and resolve conflict. The future workforce will need both technical intelligence and emotional intelligence. Another reason this industry is growing is because many people are searching for something deeper. Despite technological progress, many individuals struggle with anxiety, depression, loneliness, lack of purpose, low self confidence, and identity challenges. People are increasingly asking questions like: how do I heal from my past? How do I build confidence? How do I create a meaningful life? How do I overcome fear? These are not questions that technology alone can answer. They are human questions. And because of this, demand continues to grow for life coaches, wellness coaches, faith based coaches, personal development educators. People are investing not only in skills, but also in personal transformation. The creator economy is fueling this growth. The internet has made it possible for individuals to reach people around the world. In the past, becoming a teacher or educator required working within a formal institution. Today, someone can build a global audience by sharing knowledge online. A person who has overcome adversity can teach resilience. An entrepreneur can teach business. A survivor can teach healing and recovery. And people are realizing that their experiences have value, their knowledge has value, their story has value. And many are building businesses around helping others achieve results. Personal development will never go out of style because human beings remain human beings. People will always want to connect, they will always want community, growth, success, and better relationships and greater fulfillment. As long as people have dreams, challenges, fears, goals, aspirations, there will be demand for personal development. That is why this industry has remained relevant for decades and will likely remain relevant for decades to come. Now, here is the opportunity for ordinary people. One of the most exciting aspects of this industry is that many successful coaches and educators are not celebrities. They are ordinary people who have learned something valuable through life experience. Perhaps you've overcome financial struggles, perhaps you've built a business, perhaps you've healed from trauma, perhaps you have developed expertise in a particular area. Your journey may contain lessons that could help someone else. Many of the most impactful teachers are simply a few steps ahead of the people they serve. You don't need to know everything. You simply need to help others move forward. This is why I believe online education and personal development and coaching belong together. Education provides knowledge, coaching provides guidance. Education teaches people what to do, coaching helps people actually do it. Education informs, coaching transforms. Together, they create one of the most powerful industries in the world. As AI becomes more intelligent and technology becomes more advanced, many people assume human influence will become less important. But I believe the opposite may happen. The more technology fills our lives, the more people may crave wisdom and authentic human connection. The future economy will need software engineers, AI specialists, cybersecurity experts, and renewable energy innovators. But it will also need people who can inspire, encourage, teach, lead, and help others grow. Because at the end of the day, success is not just about building better technology, it's about building better people. And that's why personal development and coaching may become one of the most valuable industries of all. Not because it teaches people how to make a living, but because it helps people learn how to live. Which of these or any other industries do you think have the biggest potential over the next decade? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notifications so you don't miss future videos. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, God bless.